Welcome back to my channel, Borrowbees Football and Banter Factory. This is the match reaction to Sevilla at home against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I'm not gonna lie, man. At halftime, I was very angry, and the main reason for that anger was the positioning of Pulisic and Mason Mount. How both of them were played out of positions for whatever reason. Sometimes I feel like managers do something that they think is right in their head, but they overcomplicate things. And I think this was a case of that. Not that this affected the team ultimately, but offensively, I think it definitely did affect us. Going forward, man, we looked toothless in the first half. We were caught. We were like a deer caught up in headlights. We were surprised by how good Sevilla were. I wasn't personally, because this is how good Sevilla has been for a while. I've seen. Over the last few months, they beat Bayern Munich. No, so they competed very well against Bayern and lost in the Super Cup. They beat Inter. They beat United. They beat Wolves. They beat Roma, and they beat them all convincingly. And in a lot of the games, they were 1-0 down, coming back and scoring twice, coming to go 2-1 up and winning the games. They won the Europa League final that way, and they're also a team that hasn't lost. They've only lost twice in the last 26 games. That's an impressive stat. That I'm jealous of, actually. But given all these things, I knew that they would definitely be a test, and they were a test. They were a big test, and they dominated the first half. They absolutely dominated us. They schooled us in many ways. They showed us, or they taught us at least, how to press as a team. And if not for, maybe if they had slightly better players up front, they would be 1-0 ahead. But I will get to that because I feel like we defended well. This is a game that we actually, first half, when we were shocked, or let's say surprised by how good they were, we were ball watching, but we did not slip up. We did not lose our concentration or give away silly chances as we usually do. And that comes as a very pleasant surprise, and I'm very happy with that because that's something that we definitely need going forward. So going with the lineup, we started with Mendy in goal, James, Zuma, Thiago Silva, Chilwell, Kante, Jorginho, Pulisic, Havertz, Mount, Warner. So pretty much what I expected. I didn't expect anything different. Maybe I would have expected Azpilicueta instead of James. I knew that he was going to start Mount. And I knew that Jorginho was going to start in the middle because I don't think Kovacic is up to match fitness yet. And there were no surprises in the lineup. We in the midfield we looked okay defensively. I have to be honest. We looked composed without being assertive. We were not assertive, but we were composed defensively, and that's something definitely to be positive about. And with regards to Kante not being I see a lot of people saying he's not up to mark yet. I thought he played well. I thought he didn't do anything bad. Maybe he wasn't spectacular, but he defended well. He didn't give anything away. And same with Jorginho. They didn't give anything away, but the way Sevilla defended as a team, especially off the ball, we did not have those angles to pass, to make the quick passes in between the channels, to get in Sevilla's back four, get at Sevilla's back four. And one of the reasons for that is something that I'm going to get to the criticism part. I feel like Mason Mount and Pulisic were both played out of position, and I was very angry at halftime. I was very angry. As you can see, the anger kind of went away after full time. Pretty much didn't go away, but I calmed down after full time, and because I saw Pulisic play 20 minutes on the left, I saw Ziyech play. Ziyech wasn't very good. He doesn't seem match fit yet, and he's also, I think he's not in sync with the team yet. But in 20 minutes, I saw more from Pulisic than I did the entire game from Mount, and it's not Mount's fault. I feel like he's doing what he's instructed to do, which is to defend, which is to not do anything spectacular, but not give anything away. But he does get he gets clumsy because it's not his position. He's not a left winger by trade. He can play there, but we have options. We have wingers. Pulisic is a left winger, and he's one of the best left wingers in the league. So why would we not play him there? It's just sometimes it baffles me what goes through their head when they make these decisions. So the second half we were compact. First 25, 30 minutes we pushed them in the second half. We tried. And what really pleased me is that when we didn't get the goal, our heads didn't drop off, our heads didn't go down. We've seen this before last season in Valencia. When we really pushed, we didn't get the goal, and then we conceded from a set play. And Sevilla counterattacked us well and attacked us. Let's be honest, they were the more progressive team in this game. And when they got a lot of corner kicks, and usually these set pieces are dangerous for us because we concede. But we didn't, thankfully. And we look composed. Like, I'm going to get to the player ratings, but we looked very composed defensively, and that is something that I have not seen. Like I tweeted that I would be happier with a 0-0 than a 4-3, and yeah, that's what that's what happened. Like, because 4-3 might have gotten us the points, but same old problems, Defensively, we can't defend. But 0-0 against a good team like Sevilla, I'll take that. I'll take that, considering that the group is not the most toughest group. I hope this, knock on wood, this doesn't come back to haunt me. But I think we can expect to get out of the group, first or second, and work on this, because we need to keep clean sheets. This is the most important thing in order to succeed, because I know going forward we have goals in our team. We do. It's because we have the players we bought. And we have seen that we can score, but can we keep clean sheets? Can we be tough? And today we did show that we are tough. And I'll get to why. But at least it's something, a platform for us to build on. And a 0-0, I'll take that. Now, getting to the player ratings, I'm going to start. Let's start from the front. Timo Werner is number 9. He tried. I'll give him a 6 default rating. He tried. He gave everything he had. There's not a whole lot of service to. He didn't get a lot of service, and he had to really try and break the lines himself. But he tried. I'll give him a 6. Mason Mount, I'll give him a 4. I'm being very kind. I just don't think he did enough. He probably didn't do a whole lot of things that were wrong, apart from a giveaway, a few free kicks. But he did lose the ball 7 times, and that really, really got, like, I was very angry at halftime because the amount of times he lost the ball. Pulisic, kind of anonymous, but I'll give Pulisic, I'll give a 5. I feel bad from Pulisic, similarly how I feel bad for Mount, because they're being played in the wrong position, and I just don't think Pulisic can play on the right. He's done that at Dortmund. He's done that at Chelsea before too. But he is clearly a different player when he plays on the left. He becomes elite when he plays on the left. And he's coming back from injury. I'm a bit surprised we're trying to experiment with formations and experiment with his position on the pitch, when we know that at his best, he is our best offensive player, even with Werner and Havertz, because what he brings is very similar to what Eden did to us. Where he's a bit different is Eden was more of a pass-first and a more creative player, whereas Pulisic is more direct. But they're both elite dribblers, and they can get away from people in tight spaces and conjure up a shot from nothing. And we need that. We need him on the left, because he brings that something, that X factor that he makes the difference in tight games like this when he plays in his preferred position. And he didn't, but that's why I feel like he was anonymous today, and I give him a 5. He played 20 minutes in the second half in the left wing, but by then he was tired. He didn't, and we were too defensive by then to actually really impose Pulisic's abilities on the game. He was busy defending, and he did a good job. He didn't give away anything, both right and left wing defending, and that's a positive. But just on this game, I'll give him a 5. Kai Havertz, that was a poor performance, but not as poor as some. I would say some people are saying online. I feel like this was a acceptable 6 out of 10. Poor by his standards. Let's say that by his standards, like what I saw against Palace and against Southampton, he was very good, very productive. Today he wasn't, but then again, maybe today was not the game for someone like Havertz. It was more about defending, and we did that as a team. Jorginho, I'll give a 7. Didn't do anything bad. Didn't do anything. Did some things right in terms of defensively. He didn't get exposed. He got a yellow card quite early on, deservedly so, and then he dealt with being booked so early, and he dealt with it well. Like he was composed. Didn't do anything spectacular, but didn't have to in terms of offensively. Oh, had to, but didn't. But defensively, he was solid, and he was a leader, and he was directing people to go here, go there, stay here, be compact, and that was good. Kante, I'll give a 7 as well. Similar to Jorginho, nothing really to add. Not at his best. His passing has been letting him down recently, but in terms of breaking up play, in terms of being there, in terms of being that nuisance in midfield, breaking everything Sevilla were doing, he was, and that's why I'll give him a 7. Chilwell, I'll give a 7.5. I thought he was very good. He was very progressive, offensive. He tried to attack as much as he could. He defended well. Didn't give away a lot. Made that one mistake near the end when he was trying to play a ball to Hudson-Odoi, but that's really about it. He didn't make a whole lot of mistakes. He did a lot of things right, both offensively and defensively. I was pleasantly surprised at how he dealt with Suso and Jesus Navas on the right. I thought he really, really played well against two dangerous players on the right. So I'm going to give him a 7.5. So yeah, I'm Reece James. I'm going to give him a 6. He was good, decent. That's good. Decent. He passes. Like I would more than pass. He did a little bit better than passing. He nothing spectacular, but nothing to be too concerned about. I felt like he was good, and at least Reece James can be a part of a team that defends well and tries to keep a clean sheet. Usually we use him as a right back going forward, providing width. But today he had to defend, and he did that well. I don't think he was exposed. He was dealing with a Compass, who's a very established left winger in Europe, and he dealt with him. He dealt with him quite comfortably, I felt, and that was good. That's nice to see. So I'm gonna give him a 6. Zuma, I'm gonna give him a 6 as well. He had his moments where he was probably too what's the word? He was gonna make a mistake, but he nearly made a mistake, but didn't. And I think with Thiago Silva, there's something building there. We've played 2 games. We've kept 2 clean sheets with them, and Zuma and they've played 3 games. They've kept 2 clean sheets together. Mendy, Zuma, and Thiago Silva. These 3, their fitness will be crucial for us to succeed. And I thought he did okay defensively. He dealt with everything. Came in the box. He headed out. There were some nervy moments, as there is with Zuma, but I thought he was okay. I'm gonna give him a 6. And as for Thiago Silva, now this is my man of the match for me. I'm all the way. I'm giving him a 9. 9 for me. Absolutely. He brought in exactly what I want from my central defender to bring in. Leadership, calmness. His presence was there. There were a lot of crosses that came in that seems to beat everybody, but not Thiago Silva. He got his head to it. And these are things that we saw John Terry do. And these are things that brings, I can't even explain, a calmness to our defense, to our team, to the fan base, to everyone. And I feel like he's so crucial, man. Like, we need to keep him fit, and you can still tell why he's one of Europe's elite defenders, because just the difference he made in our defense, just his presence alone calmed everything down. Our fullbacks seem to be more of a unit together defensively, going forward, coming back. Zuma played well, and we'll get to Mendy in a bit, but I thought that was very, very good from Thiago Silva, and long may this last. I like this a lot from Thiago Silva. This is the kind of performance that I expected from him. I know he had a rough start. Sometimes that can happen, but this was very good. This was what I expected from Thiago Silva, and I just hope that he, maybe from a selfish perspective, he retires from Brazil, because like I can't have him not play for us because of jet lag. That can't happen. He's too important for us. We're gonna drop points when he doesn't play, or lose, potentially because of our defense, because we need him. And we saw today that he is very good, even at how old he is. I don't necessarily think being old for a central defender is a bad thing, because positionally they get better as they get older. And Thiago Silva was flawless today. He was immaculate, and I'm going to give him a 9. Edouard Mendy, I'm giving similarly, I'm going to give him an 8.5 because what we are used to seeing in the goalkeeper position is this is a huge upgrade, man. Like I can't even tell you how much of an upgrade it is. He was doing all the basics correctly, not giving the ball away, passing out of the back when he had to, but when there was no option to pass out of the back, punt it long, or even put it out for a throw in. Just don't take the unnecessary risk to put our defense under pressure, and communicate well with the defense. And he didn't necessarily have to be vocal. It was just natural, and that's what I liked, and that's what I want for my goalkeeper. And I'm gonna give him an 8.5 because he did everything. He made some good saves, and from corner kicks he was commanding. He was everything you expect our Chelsea goalkeeper to be honest. And I'm gonna give him a 8.5. Now, I'm gonna leave the video ended here with just the one thing that Petr Cech is gonna be in our team. He's come back from retirement as a non-contract player or whatever that is because of COVID situations. But I think there could be something in this. I think Kepa might not be our backup goalkeeper. If Cech's fit, I would honestly trust him over Kepa on the bench as a number 2 right now. Not because I think just Kepa's communication with the defense there is non-existent, and vice versa. You know, it's bad. It's bad. So I would definitely, and that's a good. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Like Petr Cech, even at 39, because he's a goalkeeper, not an outfielder, I think he can do a job for us, man. Like he's probably still a very good shot stopper. We know that he's not comfortable passing out of the back, but I think he has, with him and Thiago Silva there are 2 veteran players in the dressing room that can really help this team, this young team. But yeah, today I'm happy with the point. I was very disappointed in the first half with our lack of offensive fluidity, but second half we tried, and in the end we kept a clean sheet, and that's something to take into the next game. See you, and I will preview the Manchester United game in a few days. Thank you, and from Borobhais, see you.